Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Happy Palm Sunday for those of you celebrating the sacrifice that we are about to witness this Holy Week, and or Passover is happening this week. So quite frankly, it is a week of silence, solitude, sacrifice, reflection, and prayer. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to go around the world from Aries to Pisces, and let's see what's happening. I'm really psyched because I found one of my decks from my home, my move. I actually unboxed some goodies, should I say, right? So happy. All right, let's go. Week of the 13th of April, 2025. Okay, let's see what's happening. Timestampers, thank you. All right, Aries, let's get started. I love it. The wheel, right out. The wheel, the Six of Pentacles reversed, and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so what is going on here? Okay, Aries, there's something about your finances that you're going to find out isn't right. I don't know if someone's holding back money that is owed to you. Someone may owe you money and they're not giving it. They took it and they're not going to... Maybe you lent money to someone or you worked extra hours, right, for a boss or at your job, and they're saying they're trying to get out of paying you. Someone's trying to get out of paying you money. It could be an issue that is at a distance, right? The wheel is maybe a foreign land. Maybe there's foreign currency involved. Wow. This Seven of Swords. Someone doesn't want to talk. I'm like, I've got to take a drink of my pink lemonade. I have Aquarius here. Excuse me, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And or actually any sign. All signs. Someone's not telling the truth about their money. They don't have it. They spent it. They gave it away. They lent it. They're not getting it back. They lost their job and they didn't want to tell you. They gave money or someone owes them money and they're not getting it back. I'm so sorry. This is not making you happy. I'm actually a little perturbed, and it's like, that's how I feel. Let's see. Oh my God. Oh my God. Someone's lying through their teeth about money. Do you know it? And or what they do with their time. Let's look at this. Someone knows that either it's owed, it's a payout, it could be property, a business. Someone's lying. Aries, watch your money. Someone is not... This could be the end of a job. Maybe this already happened, right? Maybe you left a job, but they owed you a percentage back, right? Let's just say it was like they owed you a paycheck and they're trying to get out of paying you. Someone's trying to get out of paying you and they're lying about where their money is or that they don't have it. If you ended up loaning someone money, you can't move on because you're waiting. Seven of Swords twice. Aries, what the heck? Someone's saying, I don't have it. Maybe someone's just saying, I don't have it anymore, but they do. All right, Seven of Swords twice for Aries. This is intense. Wow. Someone's like, they literally, I'm telling you, they took the money and ran. They did. They took the money and they used it for something else. If someone asks to borrow money from you, I would really say, Aries, really and truly, that's a no. If someone comes back to you that owes you money, their story is bullshit. Someone used the money. The money ran out. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let's see what else. They're holding it. They're holding on. Yep. They're holding tight. And you know what? With the labyrinth behind here, that labyrinth, that's like it's like the never-ending story where you keep questioning what happened to the money. And wherever you turn, at every turn, they're lying to you. Who's they? I don't know. It's not a personal. I'd be very, very leery about any job opportunities. If you're putting yourself out there for work or a new job or money that's owed to you, don't expect it back. So if someone were to ask you for money or they want to ask you to loan them money, I would say no, because they're lying about money, or maybe they lost their job and are not telling you that they lost their job, or they have no money. Maybe you gave money to someone, Aries, a spouse, whatever, a loved one, and you thought it was going to go to one thing and they lost it. Maybe they bet, maybe they're gamblers. Someone bet on the wrong person or bet. Maybe it was like they put their money in Bitcoin and it's gone. You know what I mean? Those are just hypotheticals. All right. Oh my God, Aries, that's like a huge red flag. Watch out. And let me know. I'm here if you need me. All right, Taurus. Taurus, the Eight of Pentacles. Working your butt off, Taurus. The Wheel came out again. So you could be an Aries, Taurus, cusper. And the Magician. Well, for you guys, Taurus, you're like building a business, a new business. You're starting something, you're launching it. You already did launch it. You're working on several things right now with others. Maybe these people are like all over. Like it's kind of like they're saying you have your hand in every pot, which I like. It's good. You're working hard. So I've got one project here going. I do this maybe during the day. I do one job, and at night I do a passive income vibe. I'm learning a lot. Some of you are learning different vehicles of passive income. Some of you should make sure your tires are always, it's interesting, and I just saw this, the Chariot. If you're going on a trip, just check your tires. It's not a big deal. I'm going to keep the Chariot here, but you are really moving and shaking. What is it? Moving and shaking. Movers and shakers. You guys are really you're putting yourself out there. You're really putting yourself out there. And it's not like you don't or haven't before, but this is on a whole new level. Some of you, maybe your job is national, like your business is national, and now you're branching out and you're working toward doing something international. import, export business. You're doing a whole lot, and you're delving into, really, you're putting your hands in little different areas of work. You know, this wheel and that wheel and that wheel. Something about a bicycle. A bicycle. So you're waiting, for some of you, you're waiting to perfect what you know in order to grow. This could be working on yourself. Some of you, certain aspects of yourself, you have been become more aware and familiar with certain aspects of yourself and how you deal with certain things, be that on a job or out in the world, like dealing with others. It's kind of like you deal with certain aspects of people in a different way. So that's another way you have gained wisdom as to who you're dealing with. Spirit's showing you how to envision your life from a higher perspective. You are definitely gaining a lot of wisdom about yourself and your capabilities. I love it. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Taurus, good job as always. You guys are really branching out and doing work and not putting your eggs all in one basket. If that is part of your dating thing, that could also be where, let's just say, they're saying this one thing, like you are single and you've been dating, and every time you've been dating, you've been find yourself in a pattern of, you know, that certain look that you like, that certain, you know, hair color, or the chemistry has to be off the chain. They have to have, you know, they have to be really be attractive. And I feel like you're now coming to the point and realization that it goes much deeper than that. And that is giving you the wisdom within yourself to envision a higher quality relationship for you, not just the good looks and the chemistry. For some of you, you realize that now. It's like you're owning up to it, which will heighten your relationship as well. Okay, Gemini. Gemini, the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, the Nine of Cups and the Three of Wands. Wow. If you're Gemini, if you're dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, this is like you're married, you're moving in together, this could be someone that you've known for a while. You know, you have this Three of Wands. If someone's already in a marriage or relationship, whatever, with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, you've been in this long term, and it seems like it just keeps getting better and better for you guys. I love it. Some of you, which I really love, some of you, there's incoming money that is coming to you, and it's making you really happy from various avenues, 3 in particular. Maybe there is money coming in that you didn't see coming. I feel that if this is a relationship and or a solid opportunity, a solid offer of love, moving in a future, having a future with someone, it's like this is it, right? Loyalty, trust. You may have, you know, been questioning someone's motives, but I feel that that's no longer. If an offer comes in, it's solid. Even if you're questioning it or you're curious if there's a hidden motive behind it. Wow. Someone's been, what is it? Someone's been waiting. It's like someone's been waiting. Like, what is that saying? Waiting, you know, getting old, waiting for someone to make that solid offer, to, you know, to solidify a solid foundation. You know what I mean? All right, let's look, Gemini. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, that is funny. It is. I love how Spirit shows us what's going on, right? So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, that is the contention of this Three of Wands, right? Looking at, someone needs to look at the bigger picture in a love relationship, and or, you know, if there's a relationship that's been long-term, you know, you've had a long-term relationship with someone, and the issue of, you know, keeping the relationship going and seeing the bigger picture and looking at it from a distance, meaning, you know, do I see a future with this person? That's what is actually being questioned as we speak, right? Because this king, hold on, this is a power couple. I'm just saying it. This is a power couple. This is the King and Queen of Pentacles. And it does not have to be at all. It doesn't have to be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I also have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. But honestly, the issue is, what makes you happy? Who makes you happy? And can you envision yourself long term with this person? And if you're already in this, someone may have been contemplating, right? Am I really happy? Someone could have been, like if you're married to a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, someone has been asking themselves whether or not they want to stick it out. And if that's not the case, then I feel that either someone's ripe and ready for it, and another percentage of maybe 30% is questioning whether or not they really want this future with the same. This is a power couple. You know, seeing things with the same, a very similar understanding of how to build a future together, right? Great communication, no doubt about it. Let me just get one more card, because I don't want to leave you hanging on that. Is this a question of whether or not we can stick this out? Is it for the long term, or is it something that someone's questioning? For Gemini, please, one card. It's a go. It's a go, and it's an 8. So there is great future here, because we do have 4 and 4. Here is an 8, and this is an 8, and that's infinite. So someone may be curious as to whether or not, and or questioning the motives of another, but they should actually be focusing more on what makes one happy. I mean, always, that's always the case. If someone makes you absolutely happy and you want to build a future with them, then honestly, what are you waiting for? Because, you know, we only have so much time. As you can see from this week, you know, it is about reflection and being in that reflection of knowing what it is. Most of us getting that feeling of knowing what it is that we want, you know, and making sure that there are no hidden motives, you know. And when you're in that power couple mode, there are no doubts. Okay. That was for a few percentage, 10% of you gems. Okay. Cancer. 5 of Wands. What's going on? Death card. Oh my God. So something ended. So Cancers, if you guys, this could be a mother figure, the mother of your children. This could be you as the Empress, a mother. Something has ended. There's too much fighting. There's conflict. And I'm so sorry, but there is competition. There's competition. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm sorry, Cancers, but if you're the mother or the father of you, it's a mom-dad fight and kids are involved, I feel that someone's thinking about ending a marriage for someone else. And someone's pissed because the 3 is here. And I'm sorry, but I never see a third party with the Empress. Truly, I don't, but I do today. I feel someone is on their way out and they're interested in others. And this mother figure, if that's you, Cancer, you're like, you know what? You know, I'll be happy to just walk away from this because this is not making me happy anymore. I feel you're telling maybe a Leo, Aries, Sag, Scorpio, Taurus, Libra. I think it's just like, I am done. I feel like you're done. Maybe it's a contemplation of a third party. Okay, now I just heard someone got someone pregnant. Someone got like a lover pregnant. Someone's pregnant. Wow. And if that's the case, that will end a marriage and or a partnership. Someone, it might just say, I heard it through the grapevine that someone's pregnant. And a Leo, Aries, Sag is pissed. Yep. They're saying they don't even know how to feel because they're saying Cancers, someone is saying, and I feel it's a Leo, Aries, Sag. Someone's saying, wow, this is totally came out of left field. I had no idea. I knew someone was cheating, perhaps, but I didn't know you're going to get someone pregnant. If you've been trying to get pregnant, keep trying because it's going to come out just fine. Someone could have 10 embryos if you were doing IVF. If you have been doing IVF, then give it one more shot because it's for some of you. I've been through it 7 times, but I just want you to know, Cancers, if you have been trying through IVF, it is true when they say, if you haven't heard it, it does take 3 chances to actually attach. So just FYI. So don't give up because you have more pentacles here. And those could very well be solid. Okay. Now, on another note, because not everyone's doing IVF and trying to get pregnant, on another note, we have a mother and father figure here, and someone is questioning the father, the loyalty. And this could be the end because of the fact that someone either got someone pregnant or there's too much competition. Someone feels like, you know, they always have to fight for their person. Let's look at the death card real quick. For Cancers, yeah, look at this. Someone effed up. I'm telling you right now. Someone effed up and got someone pregnant. And if it's not that, someone effed up and, you know, thought that a relationship would go the distance. I feel you can't even you can't fathom it, the end of a relationship or a marriage. You can't fathom that someone, maybe your spouse, would do something like that to hurt you. Let me look at, yeah, this is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but this is also, all right, now they're saying someone's been giving money to a lover on the side, or gifts, or someone's, yeah, I feel this is a businessman, an owner of a business. Someone's going through a midlife crisis. And that Five of Pentacles, someone is maybe regretful of their actions. Let's see. Wow, look at this. This Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and the 8. The 8 of Cups. Someone is really contemplating leaving. Okay, if it's a marriage, then someone's done being the third wheel. Okay, this Empress knows that someone's not been on the up and up. They don't feel it's fair. And now it could be like you and your spouse work together, right? You have a business, you own a business, and there's a lot of competition there. But in addition to the competition, right, and the loyalty that holds, upholding a loyalty, is also the injustice of someone not being honest about, some of you not being honest about money. Like, who does the books? And then finding out that money's being given to someone else. Just saying. Someone's really overly emotional because there's money being held, withheld, maybe even losing money, trying to maybe build up their business, and their business is not being, they're contemplating, they may be to the point where they may have to walk out of a business. Maybe it has nothing to do with a third party. Maybe it's just a business is getting ready to go chapter 11. Someone did the books and money's missing. There's money loss here. Okay. I don't want to keep harboring on it because I got so many cards, but there's issues for sure, Cancer, to be very attentive to. A father figure, a business owner. Yeah. And or a marriage ending, business closing, something like that. Because there's, not enough money to sustain. Okay. Wow. That was intense. Let me know how you're doing, if that does apply to your situation. Okay. Leos. 4 of Swords. It's time for rest. The Sun, and some of you need to travel to a sunny place, and a Magician. So I feel, Leos, with this card, your card being in the middle of it all, I feel that some of you, okay, I'm really sorry, but I do feel maybe a grandfather, a father figure, has crossed over, is crossing over. A grandfather and or a father figure might be crossing over. celebration of life here. I'm so sorry. I do see a celebration of life here. I'm sorry if that's the case. Okay. If not, because God forbid. If not, it is about someone needing to take a rest, someone needing really to get out of their head space. Some of you just got into a new role in terms of maybe a job, a business. You're trying to manifest new ideas, some of you, for a new role that you've taken on in work. So you could be on a board, or someone's on a board, maybe board of directors, or a new job that is enlisting, they're saying, enlisting your skill set. You come with a lot, you are like a seasoned executive, and you're being enlisted to help others who are new to the company, to the organization, whatever, and they need your opinion, your advice, your leadership, and your experience. So some of you have had great life experience, and you're now showing and sharing that to, the younger executives or the upcoming executives or directors, etc., managers, senior managers, whatever. So you do come with a plethora of great ideas in order to, manifest new things in a business. Some of you need to take some time out and be out in Mother Earth and get out of your headspace. Some of you do need to, you're overthinking stuff. Some of you are dreaming of others on the other side, people on the other side. Some of you could be definite psychics and or mediums that connect with the other side. You have that energy of the intuition and power of, right? The clairs, the clairvoyance, the clairaudient. I love that. All right, Leos, beautiful. There's a lot there. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. Some of you are dreaming of a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the times that you've had with this person. And some of it not as, it was hard on both of you. So this could be an ex. I feel, Leos, a lot of you have been dealing with especially with the planets being ever so emotional and the reflective nature of the retrogrades. It has come to a lot of attention where reflection has been the source of our healing, right? It always is with retrogrades. And, retrogrades might get a bad rap, but they shouldn't, because they're there for a reason. And it has affected you on a level of distinction, whereby you realize how much maybe effort both of you put in to a relationship, and how happy and how much you've learned from it. You know what I mean? So that too plays out, right? Especially with this pink full moon that we had in Libra, just recent, right? And now Libra's, Venus, I should say, and Libra, right, is coming out of the retrograde, and, it's like they're saying power play. There's now like this power play. So I am going to say to you that if you were connected to a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in any way, shape, or form, whoever that person is in your life, they're like coming out. They're showing their value to the world. You may be helping this person to show up and show like their glow. It's a glow up for them, and you're helping them. So that is a lot to, there's a lot to that, but it's all good. And it feels right, you know, like you may be helping someone with your level of experience. It's a glow up. I love it. Okay. And also you're showing up for them to help them with all your life experience. It's really nice, Leo. Very good. Okay. There was a lot there. Let's go to Virgo. 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 Wow. Should we stop now? I love it. 10 of Pentacles. So money, beautiful money, valuing life, having such a great solid foundation. 7 of Wands. You know what? Defending your position, defending your lifestyle in a way of 10 of Cups. Oh my God, this is great. You have 2 10s. You're defending your family, your lifestyle, your value, who you are. People see you in ways that maybe, you know, maybe they underrated the Virgo. I feel that Virgo, some of you weren't given, you know, a chance to be out there, you know, showing your abilities, your capabilities. And now people see you in such a new way, in such a new light, maybe because you stuck up for yourself. You are happy. You're being seen as, wow, I'm really happy and I love who I am. And, you know, I know who I am, you know, down to the dollar, you know, it's something about that. I do value myself. I do own up to what I say and who I am. You're very comfortable in your own skin, and you may have had to defend how others see you, but now you've come to this pinnacle. You're at this pinnacle and height of your life, in your life, where you're being respected. Not that you weren't before, but some of you had to defend yourself and maybe defend, you know, and not just defend, but just let people know where you stand in a nice way, right? It's beautiful. You have 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. And the 7 of Wands is really how you've how you made it, you know, what you had to endure, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that hard. Some of you really had to deal with, okay, a few knockdowns, so to speak, you know, a few rejections. I'm hearing rejection letters. I'm hearing rejection in love. I'm feeling that you might have had to cut a few people out of your life that did not support what you do and what you want. But that had to come with, that did come with a new vision for your life. So that was like, what should we say, the sacrifice? So the sacrifice was that you had to extract people and situations from your life that didn't see your worth. They didn't see your value. They weren't emotionally on the same page. and they didn't agree with some of the things that you might, have thought. Some of you did have to stick up for what you really want and who you love, and you have done so, and you have no regrets. Some of you, someone else has the regrets. Aries, Leo, Sag, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. They have the regrets. So someone, right, with every win, there's a loss. Kind of like that. But you're happy. You're like, I know I made the right decision. I know that I stuck up for myself, and I had to cut, through some truths of how I feel about others and how I had to defend myself to get where I'm at today. Good for you. Seriously. The clarity that you have just gotten, or that you've always had, now really, it was worth the price that you had to pay. Libra. Libra, Six of Swords. Let's go, right? Let's go. Where are we going? Seriously, Five of Swords reversed. I love that. And Seven of Pentacles. So we know that we're headed toward our happiness, right? We just don't know, like, we're at the 7, right? So let's just say what would be missing would be the 3, which would mean we're looking at, okay, so we've learned a lot. We've gained a lot of information, wisdom on our travails. We've extracted those people, places, and things that didn't agree with the trajectory of where our life has headed and where it's going. And some of us have been really waiting and praying literally for, the fruits of our labor to come to fruition. So waiting on funds, waiting on money, waiting on whatever it is that is going to literally break you into, like, it's, okay, so this is what they're saying. It's Libra wants to get on the map, right? You've been waiting to get on the map. And how apropos for this full moon in Libra, right? To be here, which we just had. So, of course, the remnants of that takes like 6 months. So within the next, let's say, 5 to 6, you have 5, 6, and 7. So there's a progression. It just isn't progressing the way that maybe, like, in the time frame that you were hoping, let's say. You've been waiting, hoping, wishing, praying for certain things to manifest, for money to come in. When is it happening? So that maybe, I can now move to a new, move on, move out, move up in life. But there is something to be said for Libras wanting to get their name on the map. Or it could be wanting to go somewhere. And in order to do so, or to make a name for yourself per se, you have had to put yourself out there, and you've had many vehicles and ways in which you have put your name out there, like marketing, sales, social media, every outlet of possibilities and what you could think of, you've done. So you've released some of us have released the need to know when, so that we can, right? The only time that things come in to fruition is when we release them. So I feel that if you have been having this, tug of war with yourself, mental tug of war about oh my gosh, I put myself out there. I've done this, I've done that. I've tried this, I've tried that. It's very difficult, especially in today's world where everything is, AI and marketing and sales has to be on your, social media pages. So it's very difficult to find new avenues of, how do I get my name out there? How do I get my product out there? I've done whatever I can to do so. So I have given up so much the fight in order to receive. That was a lot, but it is a lot to understand that once you see the light of your forward path, the journey, once you understand that you have to really and truly, that Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords reversed, was you had to let go and let God. You did. And there's another full moon right here. So you have had to come to that realization where you now understand a father, our father, is really the one that's going to play instrumental role in getting the Libra's name out on the map and the funds that are coming in for whatever you've been working on and, where you are headed. Does that make sense? Right? Exactly. It's only a matter of time. And I know time is ever changing, especially here on the earth plane. Time is an issue on the earth plane. Time allows things to fall into place. And that's what you're waiting on. For some of you, you want things to fall into place so that you can have that freedom. And it is going to happen. Look at that. You already know that you are the magician. You are the manifester of your life. But you also have to hand it over to God and to the other side. Your angels, whomever is on the other side. Hopefully, if you do have some family, your spirit guides, you already know this. I'm not telling you something that you don't know. That you do have definitely someone who is, it's our Father, right, who is going to definitely put you on the map just at the right time. And I am going to say it, for some of you, it looks like summertime, right? June, July. For some of you, your intention, the willful intentions of wanting this and surrendering to spirit is going to bring it in. Summer. June, July. Okay. So, patience, what is a virtue? I mean, I know we've been waiting to get our names on the map, but it also has to come not only in divine timing, but it also has to come it's going to come in the way that is meant for us to come. Maybe not necessarily the way that we perceive it to be. Okay. Scorpios. Let's see what's going on for Scorpios. 5 of Cups. Why? Why the sadness? With Judgment. And the King of Cups. We have, well, this is you, obviously. I'm like, well, who is that? Right? Okay. We have here, perhaps, Scorpio, you thinking and or upset, wanting to perhaps return to someone that is your 2 of Cups, potentially, right? This is the loss of a lover, a loved one, not physically, just emotionally, okay? So we're sad. We're also feeling, this is your card as well. You're feeling, I don't know if it's missing someone, remorse. worried. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. What's going on here? Scorpio, the Eight of Cups. This is someone that you've known, someone you've known from like childhood, what have you. The Eight of Cups is, let's say it was meant, I'm sorry, but the shooting star here is this whatever has left your life, Scorpios, had not intentionally done so, or whomever you left it's not an intentional, it wasn't intentional. It was maybe for reasons of where this judgment falls into place. All right, let's look at the judgment real quick for Scorpios, right? It's like, do I really want this or don't I? That's why you have to decide what it is that makes you happy. No one else can tell you how to live your life. And I feel that you already know that for sure, right? But to return means, you know, a lot of things, Scorpio, right here. How beautiful are these cards, right, that I found, that I've had? All right, let's go with the Page of Cups is, do I want it or don't I? It's right here. Do I go back or don't I? What do I want? So the next card, we'll see. Is this the end? Do you feel like this is like, what is it? Why they're telling me Lazarus, right? Are we hoping to, you know, to do a Lazarus? I don't even know how to explain that. Are we wishing, hoping that a return will happen, or is this over, signed, sealed, and delivered, right? I mean, that's what it is. It's up to you. Is it a death? I feel that someone really has been very uncertain and not very honest about how they feel about a relationship, and maybe has not shared. I mean, it would make sense that someone is not sharing why they left, what they wanted and or didn't want in this relationship, right? They withheld their feelings. They withheld, maybe it's you or it's someone else, withholding emotions, you know, and if someone were to return, is this a return that can be from the heart? Will it be from the heart? And or why is the Seven of Swords? I mean, let's see. Okay, so someone has let go and is, maybe you've put yourself in kind of like a solitary mode, you know, not going out much, not wanting to be seen. Really, for some of you, it's a time of reflection. So you have been reflecting on this issue. It may, and I'm going to say it because the Death card came out, I first did not feel it as someone who has crossed over, but maybe it is time to reflect on I'm going to say it, and don't shoot the messenger here, but hidden motives that happened in a relationship with someone who has crossed over from the other side, on the other side. I feel that this sorrow is still very much something that you are feeling, right? Someone that you've had a very close tie to, a soulmate for sure, connect. But I feel that if someone has crossed over, they are giving you the clarity through their dreams, visions, about what really lies in your heart. And that's an interesting way to put it, isn't it? What lies in your heart? So take that for how it was said. Have you been, or has someone, do you feel, have you lied not being honest about what and how you feel? And or has someone else lied and not exposed how they truly feel? Do you really know how someone felt? If this is someone that you had been in love with, right? There's a lot here. There's a lot going on. There is hidden motives. There is an ending, and there's potentially someone who has given up. I don't know why I'm taking all these cards. Let me just get one more. Yeah. The growth, no growth in the relationship. So to have a relationship that you really love, someone feels like they messed up, right? Things weren't on equal, terrain. Things were not equal. Things were withheld. Feelings and or information was withheld. And it's now a matter of what it is, honestly, what it is that you do or do not want. And for many of you, the best call is to allow Spirit, God, to be the one to show you the way forward. And I needed all those cards, I believe, in order for the storyline to come out as such, because I feel you have been mentally conflicted. Where did that card go? It's right here. Hold on. I feel that there's been a conflict as to whether or not to go back or not. And that's why, Scorpios, you guys need to come to terms with your truth and what it is that you want out of this relationship or out of any relationship, quite frankly. Like, you may be reflecting on, like, the last, I don't know, we have 5 of Cups right here. So maybe the last 5 major relationships that you've had really a chance to reevaluate, right? You've gone within and you're asking yourself a lot of questions about how you feel and or felt with every situation that ended and every person that you no longer are in a relationship with. And if there was the slightest of chance to entertain the ability to find that Page of Cups once again, you are allowing Spirit, God, to show you the way forward. It's like, I don't want to make that decision. Let me hand that over to God, right? Because that is the only way, especially when the 7 of Swords comes out to tell us that there was motives that were not on the up and up, hidden agendas. I mean, you can't have a 2 of Cups relationship, withholding emotions and or hidden motives, ulterior motives in any relationship. And maybe that's the accumulation. You are accumulating that information for your future, perhaps relationships and or any type of partnerships, quite frankly. Okay, that was good. Saggies. Saggies, what's going on? Saggies. Wow, I almost lost the whole deck. 8 of, these suckers are slippery. Strength card, Leo here. And we have 2 8s, 8 of Cups. And the Devil's reversed. I love that. All right, so we do have Saggies, you're getting stronger. Some of you, if you had any kind of toxicity in your life, you are or already have gotten rid of that. So some of you, it's drinking. It could be a father figure, even a mother figure. If that is the case, they have stopped or they're on the mend. They're in rehab or AA or whatever. I feel that you may be dealing with a father and or a mother figure that is getting out of toxicity. And or if this is you, Saggy, just in general, you're gaining a lot of strength getting out of relationships that don't make you happy. They have been toxic. They have been codependent. They have been addictive. So this is giving you and has given you, you have gained so much strength and courage because you and or maybe a Leo or Capricorn, you finally have, or someone has allowed themselves to see themselves as they truly are. To finally, and this is a time of detox, fasting, sacrifice. And I feel someone is definitely and has sacrificed a lot to get where they're at today. And, you know, hats off to you guys. Seriously, Saggies. Really. I mean, there's been even relationships that you stayed. You have 2 8s, right? So you stayed like up to 8 years in something that maybe you weren't even happy in. You know? 8 years maybe plus, because the devil's here. You know what I mean? And you just know that that wasn't the way you wanted to go because it wasn't supporting your value system. It wasn't supporting your heart. You weren't happy. And you came to that realization. And it has taken a lot out of you. If it is you or if it's another. Or maybe people around you. You have 7 of Cups. There's a lot of that going on. Someone has been really struggling. You've had a lot of stuff that you've been carrying the weight of other people's stuff. It's a new beginning. Some of you are like feeling like now I'm coming back, which is coming back home to a place where I'm comfortable again. I'm happy again. I'm not doing things that I don't want to do or ingesting things that I don't want to do because it has taken a toll on my body. For some of you, that is addictions that you have had to release. And that's what you're doing. And are in the midst of doing or already have done. Some of you have moved on and seeking true happiness elsewhere. Obviously, right? I say obviously. Why? Because the devil's reversed. So you know exactly if this pertains to you because you either have had these addictive behaviors and addictions that have caused so many upsets in relationships where, you know, sometimes we do settle. You know, we settle in. It gets really comfortable and it gets complacent. And then what? You ended up having to question whether someone was truly on the path, the same path that you want to be on or that you are on. And that was no. You are looking out. You have grown to the point where you wanted more. And you're like, I'm not settling. Because if I settle, I'm going to regret it. So what happened is that your perception of yourself and others took a real toll on you. You thought to yourself, wow, like I seem to be attracting a very similar type. And I've now realized that after so many trials and error, but I've learned so much, I can't deny that I had really to be strong and be honest with myself. And in order to do so, I had to follow my heart. So you have followed your heart. You have gotten out of addictive relationships and or the settling in of a relationship, right? The compromising, the settling for less, the, oh my God, they have so much potential, but well, I understand that there's a lot of drinking going on, or I have to be drunk to be in this relationship. You know what I mean? I have to have some sort of a substance to be happy. That's a problem. And it's just a physical attraction. It was maybe for some, it was just, I've had so many one and dones. That the relationships might not have been able to escalate, only just staying in the sacral chakra of attraction, chemistry. They look good, but they look good on paper. That kind of thing, right? Yeah. So you had to you had to level up. You did. You have leveled up, and you had to say, okay, well, wait a second. This isn't fair, and I have to be fair to myself. So I do have to come to this realization, which really stared you in the face, of what it is that makes you happy. First and foremost, yourself and who you hang with. The old saying goes, you are who you hang with, is true. And so you did change that. And in doing so, Saggies, you did lose maybe some major friendships and or family members of, exes, where you knew that the next stage of a relationship was to get maybe engaged or, to get married or whatever. And you knew that it wouldn't be fair to you and or to the other person if you remained in that relationship. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. And you know how many people don't do that? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's why. That's what they're saying. You may have given someone so many chances. Someone may still want to keep you tied and bound to the comfortable, complacent addictions. So be mindful, Saggies. Someone could also, and I'm going to say it, someone could be saying they're going to rehab and they're not. Someone could say that, oh yeah, I'm going to AA, but they're drinking on the sly. That's just a hypothetical. Someone could really be saying, I have changed. I'm not the same person, but they are. So I'm glad that I picked this card, because I needed you to see that if someone is in your life, Saggy, telling you, oh my God, I've gotten clean, I'm not, doing anything, I'm not, smoking or, drinking or whatever their addictive behaviors are, even if it is, let's say, codependency or complacency, they're not telling the truth. You do need to get to the bottom of that, Saggy, if you are to remain in a situation that makes you unhappy. And I feel that some of you have been looking over and reflecting upon all of that to heal. Definitely. Like, I've needed to really look at myself in the mirror Take a good look at yourself, right? There's a song. Take a look at yourself, you know, and really be honest with what it is that you see. Or if it is you, Saggy, that you're saying, yeah, I'm not drinking anymore, or whatever, hypothetical, any addiction, you're telling someone just to entertain and or maneuver someone from leaving. Someone's already emotionally gone. I'm just saying. They're out of it. Okay. And it's more, I have to emphasize this. It is more important if someone is emotionally out than mentally. It's not, it's because they've already surpassed the mental, I'm out of this relationship already. Because now if they're emotionally out, they're really like, that solidifies their mind and their heart is done. There's no coming back to that. And what they're telling you is not true, that they're no longer using whatever. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, the Magician. What are we doing? Manifestations. Ooh, manifesting the Lovers and the Wheel. Wow, some of you Capricorns, you are totally ready for a relationship, or you're in a relationship right now that is, it's like rocking and rolling. I don't know what that means. Some of you love rock and roll music, and you're, sorry, hold on. Okay, sorry. That's my low battery. Oh my God. Some of you are really chilling, going to concerts. It's getting ready to, maybe you're being on whatever, IG or Insta or TikTok or whatever, Facebook. You're saying that you're interested in spring and or summer concerts, right? You're going to a concert. You want to go to a concert. Maybe it's, you know, at a distance, but you're definitely interested and you are taking someone, or if you meet someone there, it's like the connection is strong, there's a physical attraction that's off the chain here that you want to manifest, Capricorn. If you already are in a relationship, you have like a whole new spectrum of like new ways to keep your relationship fresh and, you know, on point. Some of you are taking dancing lessons. I don't know where that came from. Some of you are traveling. You're like maybe asking someone to go somewhere together to get reacquainted and or acquainted. Maybe you've been dating someone for a minute and now it's like, wow, let's take a trip together. What do you think? So I do feel for a lot of you, your relationship is really solid. And some of you, your spouse or you are planning like little fun escape, you know, like spontaneous fun get-togethers, picnics, concerts, traveling, road trips. There's so many things that you are planning on doing. I love that. You know, bringing life into love. I love that. Yeah, wow, look at that. The Empress. You could be the mother, and you can see this is like a mother-father. So as a couple, you guys are just like shaking, moving and grooving. I'm serious. Some of you are really making something really work. This could be your person. Obviously it is, right? Whomever you are with, paired with, the mother and or father of your children, but the chemistry is still there. We have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have Taurus and Libra. Actually, all signs for me, quite frankly. And I feel that there was a mental disconnect where it was like stagnant. There were things, there was a time where your relationship was stagnant, and maybe, that connection mentally wasn't there. I feel that you didn't have time to, maybe didn't make time for one another. And that was the contention of, wow, is someone really in it with me still? Are they still caring for me? Do they still find me attractive? There was a lot of that going on. And I feel that there, what is that? That 7-year itch, if you will, of is this relationship going to make it or break it? And I feel with the 7 and the 3, it's a 10. So seriously, you and or a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you have brought new life to a relationship, to perhaps a new relationship or one that has been ongoing, and it's like time for you to fly, like time for you to get out there and put yourselves in positions where you're reigniting the flame that first brought you together. Like, when you first met, you can see here, because I don't want to, like, you had this attraction. You guys are young. Your fun is your fun is your middle name, right? And then as you've gotten into this is like your singlehood, and this is your parenthood, and as the years have gone by, time has gone by, not about age, but about enjoying your lives and making sure to connect. Maybe the promise of keeping this relationship intact was to always communicate, and it kind of got off the rails, if you will. It happened during the course of when you weren't looking, right? While you weren't looking, the relationship hit that, potential 7-year itch. Doesn't mean that you were in it for 7 years, but you could. But emotionally, there had to be a reconnect. And that is what you're doing now. You're reconnecting on a very emotional level of reigniting what made you attract the attraction that wasn't purely physical, wasn't only purely physical. I love that. That's a great connection. Okay, Aquarius. I really love that, Capricorn. Okay, Aquarius. 3 of Wands. The Ace of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So it's time to go, right? If you're dealing with a Leo, Aries, Sag, or this is a creative project, you may be getting some intel from an older gentleman about maybe a new business, new work, new plans for work, new ideas, getting, kind of like trying to just get intel and wisdom from someone who's older, perhaps, and wiser, a father figure, a grandfather, someone who's had life experience, older than you, who has already been through certain things, right? And or work ethics and work. Maybe you're getting advice from someone, and or plugging them for some knowledge, wisdom that they have incurred, right? You're getting intel, you're getting information, you're getting really clear about the vision. You are seeing the vision of what it is that you want, but it may come with, okay, I need to gain more, like, how did someone do it? Maybe this is a mentor, Aquarius. Maybe you're asking, an older friend, an older brother, a father, an uncle even, who's already been through this, you know, part of their career, their business. Maybe it's a boss. You're confiding in someone and asking for them to show you what you need in order to progress, you know, in your life, make something happen. Some of you, maybe it's something that you're writing, or you are taking notes, writing down notes. You are gaining a lot of knowledge from this person. You're expanding your knowledge in whatever capacity that is. So it could also mean you're going back to school. You're starting a new trade, and you need school to back you up, or a trade school or something like that. Sorry, that was chocolate in the background. All right, so we have the Phoenix rising. So that's what this is, right? Someone is rebirthing their business, right? Look at the devil's reversed. Someone is rebirthing a new business. So maybe they've been in a toxic business environment, or it could be relationship, and you're getting intel from someone who's been there. Maybe you're asking, like I said, a father figure, a grandfather, a boss, an older boss, someone you're asking for help, for advice, for direction, for clarity, and or like, what's the vision? You want to get out of a toxic relationship that isn't going anywhere. If it is with a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or you're a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cusper, Aquarius, then that's this person. This is a Capricorn. If it is Capricorn, then this person is getting out of like their own way, like spending too much money on stuff. I heard that. Someone's starting to realize the value not only of how they spend and where they go, and like dinners and this and that. Someone is not interested in that. So I feel that, Aquarius, for some of you who are, if you're dating a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, you're at the precipice of either cutting ties, or you need more intel, you need more insight and help to direct this relationship if you want to keep it. A conversation definitely is needed, because I'm not sure if the vision of you and someone else is on the right page. You may be at different places in your life where someone wants one thing and the other is looking for something else. It may be someone just still wants to have fun. You know, someone's ego likes to be stroked, for sure. Seriously. Someone's very egoic. Someone likes to make a lot of money, and that's their goal. And that's like their only vision. They don't see, I feel with these two aces, seriously, I feel that you're going to cut someone out, Aquarius. I do. I feel that there's no growth in this relationship. If this is a relationship, someone is only focused on their money, on their ego being stroked, on being pampered, instead of pampering you. And I'm sorry, but if that's the case, Aquarius, someone's doing you a big favor. It's time to branch out. I do feel a lot of you need to branch out. Okay, and Pisces. I love to say we're saving the best for last, but Pisces, they're the circle of life that they've been through every sign of the zodiac, right? Depending on what lifetime we're in. All right, Pisces, what's going on? Let's see what's happening. We have the King of Swords. We have the Two of Pentacles. Someone's making a decision. And the Emperor. Someone's making a decision about the direction of their life. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or an Aries. It's like, what do I do now? Do I really want this? Do I not want this? If you're dealing with an Emperor, which is an Aries, or a King of Swords, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I feel that, oh, I'm sorry, this is the Knight. I'm sorry. An Emperor may be coming in, Pisces, to talk to you about or give you information, or you're going to find out about some information about the direction of someone's life. Maybe an Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is here also. Or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is bringing in the information about maybe an Aries, as to someone may have intel about cutting ties with an Aries, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I have to say that. Someone may cut someone out, and Pisces, you're involved in maybe someone's coming to you to ask you, what do you think? They value your decision. Yeah, they've had it. They want out. Someone wants out. Seriously. It could be a sibling, a child, one of your children, or that's you. You just want out of a relationship. Pisces, if you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your chart, then that's you. You're making a decision because you're tired of the same old, same old. Some of you just want to get the heck out of, like, I want to go on a trip. Look at, yeah, it's you. It's you. You're tired of the same old crap every day. I'm just saying. It's like, what is it? The Boy That Cried Wolf. You hear the same stories from others. You listen to the same stuff. You're in the middle of situations, maybe in the middle of people making decisions in their life, and or you can't make a decision and you need the guidance maybe of others' influence, and or it's time to, Spirit saying it could be time for you to be the Aries and take control of your life and not rely on others to make those decisions for you, like family and or friends, because you just want to get out. So I am going to tell you that some of you may be traveling, getting ready to make plans to travel. It's time to go. You've had enough. You're tired. And it is time to go. You've been dealing with maybe situations that are revolving doors. And you're done. You're done. You love, this could be family, your friends, your close circle of family and friends, right? Your circle of trust. And I just feel like you need a break. You need to get out. You need to go on a vacation. You need to get out of Dodge. You don't want to be seen right now. And everyone wants, like, to bug you. You just want to go. You just want to go. So I feel for some of you Pisceans, you're ready to go. You're getting ready, and you're not going to tell anyone. You're just, you know what? I think I'm going to take like a little vacay. And I don't need to tell anyone. I'll call them all or text them all when I get back home. All right. I love you guys. I'm low on battery, but collectively speaking, remember, it's Holy Week. Sacrifice, prayer, reflection, and not in that order. I love you guys. Take care.